Hi, friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to do our May pages for our year in review. So we're moving right along, friends. I love it. I love this project so much. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you're having fun. So we're going to do May. And yeah, it ought to go pretty quickly. We're going to gather our pieces page by page. This one is a short month. And again, you may have more happening in May. You may not have as much that happened in April. April was there were a lot of pages for April. So you may want to rearrange and move some of them around, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, I'm going to grab real quick. I should have done this before I started. I'm going to grab a couple of glitter strips and a scalloped gold piece so that I have them over here. I should have done that before, but I didn't. You know how I love those little 1/8 inch pieces of glitter just to add a little bit of a pop, because I do love my glitter. And then I use the scallop pieces. I just love that look. And again, it's a personal preference. It's not something that you guys have to do on your project. I just happen to love glitter, so I cut a couple pieces so that they're here, and I have that scallop happening here. All right, so let's get started for May. This shouldn't take too long. This is a fairly simple, there's only a few pages. So you're gonna wanna grab your photo placeholder or a piece of white cardstock that is 4 by 6. Okay, and we need the ephemera for May. Here it is right here. So we need that. Then we're going to need, I didn't take this out, hold on. We're gonna want a piece of red, and this you can't see it real well with the lighting, but this is a piece that has the strip and the dots. So it's a piece off the edge. Let's see if I have a scrap of that. If not, I will cut it. Nope. Okay, let's just see, where did I put my ruler? There we go. So this is 1.5 inches wide. So I'm just gonna grab my scrap red right here, and I'm gonna cut a piece that has the zip strip on it, that includes that zip strip, that's 1.5 inches wide. So I'm cutting on the zip strip side, 1.5 by 6, because I want both of the pieces. I want the zip strip and I want those dots. Okay. Here's my piece. This one has a little tag. This one is a tag. So I used some twine on this one. I'm going to grab some twine. And loop this through. So again, I loop it through and then I just pull that through. And then again, I like to make a little knot. I have no idea why I do it. I just do. I just do. I like it. And then we're going to add this to our 4x6 mat. And we're going to go over, it's about 1 inch over from the edge. And I have the solid piece over here and then the dots over here. And then this, as you will notice, is not long enough to go all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to cut it in half. And this piece will go up here to the top. And the other piece down here at the bottom. And this is going to get covered with my little tag. Just like that. If you want, you can glue your twine down so it stays in place. But you don't have to. Then of course the back is a 4x6 photo mat. There you go. That can go in your book. Our book is getting pretty full, friends. It's pretty full, right? Pretty full. My pages don't want to stay in there. Okay, next you're going to pull out this striped red piece. That one's next in your album. I love these albums. I love how the snap binders, all of them, whatever color your spine is, you get all of these additional papers that match your album spine. It's very fun. Grab your tag. You need a 4x6 photo placeholder. So grab one of those. And then we need a piece of blush cardstock that we can cut 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So find a piece if you have it. You have a scrap that's that size, great. If you don't, then we're gonna have to cut one. I'm gonna have to cut one. And if I'm gonna have to cut one, chances are pretty good you're gonna have to cut one, because we've been moving right along with this together, so. Okay, so oops, I need the cutter, Bonnie. So we need a piece that's 4 1/4. By 6 1/4. Okay, so we've got that. We need our little orange flower. Put that right on top. Okay, for the back side, we need another tag. You need a tag. So it's this one with the little push pins. And then on the other side, it says you and me, we got to stick together. We need that. We need this flower. Since I have my embellishments right here, that's what that flower. The glasses. I think the glasses are a sticker. Pretty sure the glasses are a sticker. Then we need this little flower down here. Little orange one. Oh, doesn't want to come out of my little bin. Little orange flower. And a little red flower. Okay. Then we need a piece of orange cardstock that is 4 by 6 or 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 and another 4 by 6 photo placeholder. You should, let's see, I'm not sure we have a piece big enough with orange straps. Nope. Nope, so I need another piece of orange. This side, we're going to use the solid side. 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay. All right. So we have all of our pieces gathered. So now we can build. Set these out of the way. Start by adding our 4 by 6 mat to our blush base mat, placeholder onto our mat. And this is going to kind of get centered left to right and top to bottom. So it's really the second red stripe, maybe 3/8 of an inch above that is where I have mine. That looks crooked to me. It's kind of hard because I'm sitting down, not standing up to do this. Okay, we're going to trim up our tag. Okay. Punch it out. All right. This one I added a little touch of gold glitter. I have some scraps here. This I put right underneath the top part of that. And again, you could use either side of your tag. I wanted some journaling space, so I wanted to keep it on this side. Grab your twine. It goes by pretty quick. This month there's only a little bit, not as much. fat fingers don't let me get through there and grab that twine. Okay. Before I put this, well, no, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna go along that right side. Again, I have to fit a photo under here. So I just want my adhesive over on this right edge. Same with my flower. Just on the right side of my flower for now. Okay, then grab your sticker sheet with the months. And do you want to grab this May sticker right here? And just like we've been doing right along, we're gonna stick that top half in the baking soda or use your anti-static pouch, whatever it is you do. Mine is still pretty sticky here. And I'm gonna slide it right in here, kind of under my tag. Right in there like that. Okay. Might add just a dab of glue right here. Just to keep my twine kind of in place. Okay, that's that side. Go ahead and flip it over. Grab your photo mat. And you can use either side. This time I went with the solid side. I don't think I trimmed this one. I have these done. I have these made up at FedEx. And the first time I had them done, they were awesome. Second time, a whole bunch of them were off almost 1/8 of an inch. And it was frustrating because you know that when you're doing this, it's like it's got to be right. Okay, again, centered left to right. I'm not going to rub this down yet because I want to stick this tag underneath. You could trim the tag if you want so that all you're using is that tag topper. I'm going to tuck this under, whoops. Punch it first. I'm going to tuck this underneath here. It's about 1 inch down, maybe 3/4 of an inch down. I'll bring it right out to the edge of that tag. Okay. Then my little flower, again, only 1/2 of the flower gets adhesive. You have a photo. Then I'm going to find these little glasses, and I think they are on the other sticker sheet. Pretty sure. Yep, right here in the center. These, I'm just going to kind of dip the bottom halves in Maybe this right side. And then these are just gonna go right here. Okay. And then down here, I'm gonna put my little orange flower, leaves out. And then my little red flower. And then from your sticker sheet, there's a little red heart right here. Create a little cluster down here. All right, and then that page is all done. Can go in your book. What? We are moving right along, friends. Okay, next we need to build our calendar pages. This time they're done on red. Fun little collage on the back here. So first, grab yourself 2 pieces of red. They need to be at least 6 3/4 wide by 8 1/4 long. So if you have a scrap that's big enough, terrific. If not, and I don't, I'm gonna grab 2 more sheets of red cardstock. Okay, 2 more sheets of red. And these are 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. Okay. Six 3/4 by 8 1/4. You need 2. 6 3/4, 8 1/4. Okay, I'm putting the solids together because we have to punch our holes, remember? I'll grab the previous page. We're gonna pop those holes in there. Wish these would just come right out. Say it every time, don't I? And guess what? They still don't. Okay. Put this back in my book. All right, so let's gather our pieces. We need a frame. So find your frames. Find your frames. They're in this pile somewhere. Find your frames. And this one is the one, that's not in here. This is the one that we cut. Remember back, we used part of it. You just have to, here it is. Gotta find where I put it. This was a double frame that we cut part of it off. This is the other half of that frame. So we need that. Then we need a 1/2-inch piece of mint. A 1/2-inch strip of mint. See if you have one. Or a scrap that you could cut down to a 1/2 inch. It just needs to be long enough. It needs to be at least 8 1/4. Here I've got a piece. Yep, this is 10. So I'm gonna cut a 1/2 inch right here. By 8 1/4. Could always just trim it after if you wanted to. Okay, so there's that. Then we have our calendar on the inside. We'll do that in a minute. Then we have 2 3x3s, a 3x4, and a 2x2. So you need these photo placeholders, 2 3x3s, a 3x4, and a 2x2. There's my 2x2. Let's see if I have to trim these. 2 3x3s. And a 3x4. I love making little collages. I think they're so fun. So then you need a piece of mint to cut 2 3x3s, and you need a piece of orange that you'll be able to get a 3x4 and a 2x2. I should show you guys my scrap pile. You should see the mess that I have over here. It's really quite something. It's really quite something. Okay, so I think this would be long enough for 2 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Yeah, this would be perfect. Okay, so I have this piece that needs to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 and 3 1/4. Okay, so I have 2 of those. Then I need a piece, I need 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. There's one, and this should be, yeah. And I need 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay. Just need to trim these while I'm right here. Okay. All right. Need this. This little piece right here. And now we have all our pieces. Okay. So I'm going to flip back to the front. First thing I'm going to do is add my mint strip over here to the right edge. Okay. Then I'm going to take my little gold glitter strip. I'm going to run this right here down the edge. Okay, just like that. All right. Then let me grab another 3x4 mat. I should have told you to grab one more. I mean, you don't need this, really, because your photo is going to tuck right in here anyways. But you know me. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm only going to put adhesive on the left side of this frame so that this stays open and I can slide my picture in there, okay? And this just goes in the middle of your page, just like that. All done, okay? Now we're gonna flip it open because this is where your calendar goes. Here's where your calendar goes. So grab your printed calendar page. Excuse me. And if you have printed your own, awesome. Or if you're not using, hold on a second. If you're not using the calendar pages and you just are going to add extra photos, you know that that is an okay option also, right? Sorry, I'm using the same one for this sample, so. Okay. All right, so go ahead and trim that apart and add the calendar to the bases, like so. Then find your calendar sticker sheet and grab May. And grab my little pop dots here. Make sure that it didn't go to the edge there. Okay. And these are gonna go, this is gonna go in our baking soda or your anti-static pouch, whatever. Feel like a broken record, but it's important because you don't want it looking all wonky. Okay. And then I've got this over here on this right edge of my calendar, just like that. Okay, so there's that. This is done. It can go in your book. Okay. We're going to flip it over. We're going to build this page. So we're going to layer up our mats. Wish I could play the music. Makes me so frustrated. I haven't figured that out yet. How to play my background music because of course I pay for Amazon Music. But every time I have music playing in the background of a video, I get hate mail from YouTube or Facebook, whomever, wherever my videos are. Makes me cucamonga crazy. Okay, so we're all layered up. Let me move this off of here so you can see. All right, so this one's gonna go about 1/4 inch in, and it's about 1/2 inch down from the top, okay? Like so. Next, 3x4 orange. And there's, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch or so. Actually, this needs to go up a little higher. I went down a little too far. There we go. That's better. Okay. Then our blue, our other mint mat. Only adhesive on the right. The tape runner is having a situation at the moment. I got paper underneath here. I made a mess. Okay. This is going to go, I don't know, about 1 inch up, and it's about 1/2 inch in. They're kind of they're overlapping, like so. Okay. And then this orange mat tucks right here in this corner, like this. Okay. Then our flowers come down here to the bottom. Again, only adhesive, the bottom and the middle. We want to be able to slide our photos in. Okay. Grab your sticker sheet. And we're looking for, I want to remember this. Right here, I want to remember this. And I'm just gonna dab this little left side in here just a little because it kind of hangs over my picture. And then I'm just gonna stick this down here at the bottom, across my flowers, like so. And that's all done. Easy peasy. That can go in your album. Next and last for this month, you have your pocket page. So you need a 4x6, a 3x4, 4x6 and a 3x4. Okay, 4x6, 3x4. Photo mat. Oh, and a 2x2. I lied. Ha. All right, 3x4. And 4x6 and 2x2. To trim this one. All right. Then you need your Picture My Life card or your cut apart, the card. It has the flowers on this side and it says the real story, that crossword on the other side. Oh, I see it. Hooray, I see it. There it is. Then I need a 1/2 inch strip here of mint. And I still have this piece here that's left, so I can get a 1/2 inch here. One 1/2 inch here. One 1/2 by 6. Okay. And then I need a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 piece of orange. Let's see what I got over here. Yep, this would be awesome. I have this piece here. And I'll cut 2 1/4. And 2 1/4. Okay. Then we need these 2 little tags. And I'm trying to, they're in the ephemera pack. That's where they are. They're in with your ephemera. So they are in here. That little orange one and this little pink one. Right there. Okay. All right. So now we have all of our pieces. This plain 3x4 can go up here in this right-hand corner. This right pocket, top right. Okay. This piece here. It's for your little 2x2. Have you started to love the 2x2s yet? Anybody? It's hard, I know, to get used to, but they are so fun. Actually, I want to make sure, yeah, make sure your card's going the right way. So when you go to slide it in your pocket, you don't want it upside down. And then that one slides right in there. Okay. Now you have your 4x6. And this is going to go up here at the top. This would make a really nice journaling card right here. You could use it for a couple of small photos. I like the idea of a journaling card because what's going to be important in this book is to do a lot of journaling. Find a way to tuck it in there someplace. I know we have a lot of photos, but this is your highlight reel, guys. So it's really, when I started this project, the whole idea was for me to document my happenings throughout the month. Not scrapbook my kids or anybody, but things that I did and things that were important to me. So don't be afraid to have a lot of spots for journaling. Okay, don't be afraid to do that. This is on the outside. Okay, so then we have these cute little tags here that I just kind of put together. And I'm gonna grab some twine. I don't think this piece is gonna work. It might. And this one, I tied a bow. So for this one, I did a bow. And let me tell you what, it's a little bit more difficult tying bows the older I get. And that's something, the older you get, things that used to just be so easy, sometimes not so much. Okay, little bow. Okay, then this I glued to the outside of my pocket. Okay, you can use tape, you can use glue, whatever your little heart desires. Just put enough on there though, so that it sticks. You don't want it falling off. Okay, front, back, and we are done. So May is now complete. Okay, my book is really full, so I'm going to fill it going back the other way now. It's filling right up. That's why this album, it had to go into 2 binders. Okay, so recap for May, you have your 4x6. Then we have our striped. There we go. Here is the front side of our calendar page. And the back side. And we have photos. And again, move the pages around depending on how many photos you have. A lot of these, move them. You can move these. They don't have to stay here. Obviously, some of them do, but you can, there's flexibility. All these papers, all these pages match. So move them around however you see fit. Okay? All right. See you for June.